Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Planet Film Network. I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
And I'm your other host, TJ Cornwell. And today, as you can see on this new episode of PFN Live, we're going to be tiering MCU Phase 4, as well as talking about stuff we've watched in the past 2 weeks since we missed last week just due to some scheduling things, but we're back this week, and talk some box office as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're back. Sean, do you want to start with what you've been watching, or you want me to start?
I'll start just because I gotta see what I gotta get out of the way, because there's some we're gonna be doing some heavy talking in the what we've been watching section, just because it's been 2 weeks and we have watched a lot in that time. So I rewatched Moneyball. That again, just fantastic.
Good movie.
I told my friends at work, I said that was my palate cleanser after Black Panther Wakanda Forever. If you want to know what I mean by that, go check out our review up on the channel right now, spoiler and non-spoiler. I rewatched the Oceans trilogy, which is just like fantastic. 12 is definitely not as good as the other two, for sure, but still fantastic. I watched Where the Crawdads Sing.
Okay.
All right, here, let me go on on some crawdads real quick. Some crawdaddies, as all the ladies at my work always call it. All right. Sorry, let me get back in there. So, what the hell is the movie called? I forgot the freaking name of it. I was gonna say, where in the world are the crawdads? Remember Where'd You Go, Bernadette? What a film.
Yeah, I never seen that one.
All right, so Where the Crawdads Sing, I did watch this week on Netflix. Like you said, it was recently added there. On, I think it's HBO Max. Yeah. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. Not that it was good, because I figured it was good. I was just worried when people were saying, oh, it's not much, whatever, that it was going to be like a boring, like, Hallmark movie type thing. And to me, I was pleasantly surprised in the fact that I was actually entertained by this movie in the kind of way of, like, the whole time I'm watching it, it feels like a book that you would be, like, assigned in school to read. Yeah. And I know it is based on a book. It's based on a bestseller. But it feels very much like it is structured almost like a book. Like it very closely feels like that same format. And it's also the main character does write books and stuff, so maybe that's intentional. But I was just in. I was in on it. I liked the performances. I thought that Daisy Edgar-Jones, Harris Dickinson, a couple other people in this movie I think were really fantastic. But yeah, I liked how and David Strathairn, of course, playing the lawyer. I liked how it all kind of wrapped up at the end, and then right at the end of the movie, which I'm not going to spoil, there is a little, not necessarily a twist, but a little zig from a zag. And I think that it was really surprising, and it was only like, and actually it was 2 hours, I think. And kind of the 2 hours just flew by. So I would actually recommend watching Where the Crawdads Sing, unironically, or ironically if you want to. But yeah, I actually enjoyed myself, and I did not think I was going to with that one. Let's see. Other one is Tar, which I haven't talked about on the channel yet because I was going to do a separate review like I did for the Banshees of Inisherin, which I also watched. So if you guys want to, I actually do have like a full, I think it's like 8 or 9 minute review up of the Banshees of Inisherin on the channel right now. So go check that out over there. But I was going to do the same thing with Tar. But Tar to me is just so its own thing. I have told my friends at work that I just don't think that I have the vocabulary to properly like get the words out to review that movie, because it is just like, it is Tar. Like Cate Blanchett is just like, it's like she is the movie. It is so well made. but I gave it I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So less than some of the other movies I've seen recently, but still one of the best movies I've seen all year. But it's really just kind of a emotional roller coaster that just constantly goes like this, and you just get sick by the end, but it's just that constant motion the entire time. But if you can still see it somewhere near you, or if it's going to be on streaming soon, which I'm sure it will be in some capacity, definitely watch it, because it is one of the best movies I've seen this year, and Cate Blanchett, probably her best performance ever.
You think it's gonna be like a contender later?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be Best Picture nominee probably.
Yeah. Is it international or no?
No.
It's just
it's very. It's its own thing. It's very interesting though. Okay. It's very, very interesting. Yeah. And by interesting, it's good. I just mean it's just a very fascinating, like.
Right.
Like, just try to know as little as you can about it.
Yeah.
And it is just wild.
I think she's a conductor. I believe that's
some of, I will say this in technical terms, like some of the dialogue scenes in this movie are some of the best I've ever seen in my entire life, especially this year. I think probably one of the best, maybe the best written movie of this year. Just the script is just so, like, intelligent and, like, thought-provoking, but also it kind of has that, like, Aaron Sorkin-esque, like, rat-a-tat, like, back and forth with different characters and stuff, so it's really fantastic. But, all right. So that was Tar. And then I watched the Weird Al Yankovic movie again. That was okay. Yeah. It was pretty funny. But it was okay. Okay. I watched My Policeman with Harry Styles.
Oh, yep. Not for you. Okay.
Not for me. Not for me, right. That one. And then I finally watched Don't Worry, Darling, which I think I'm just gonna make like a TikTok about or something. Real wild movie that I have a lot of thoughts on. I give that 2 out of 5 stars.
Oh wow!
For that one. But yeah, I think I've watched a couple other things, but I'll let TJ take over because we're going to talk about a few of them, and then I have one TV show that I want to talk about too.
So I think where we left off, I think last time we were still talking about October stuff. So all of my November stuff we have talked about. So first, I've seen on the 3rd of November, I saw The Notebook for the first time. Never seen it before.
Oh, did you cry?
I'd say I teared up at the end. I guessed what it was 5 minutes in. I know it's not the point, but I was like, I already know. Like, I literally said it to Danielle. I go, oh, she probably has like dementia, and he's like here trying to read from the Notebook to try and get her to remember.
Oof. You nailed it.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really a good movie. I watched the Selena Gomez documentary, My Mind and Me. That was good.
Oh.
I really like Selena Gomez, so that was a nice watch. I think me and Danielle both thought maybe it was going to go more into her, like, you know, her growing up, but it was more kind of like current and what she's been dealing with in the past, I'd say 4 to 5 years. I rewatched Super Size Me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a great movie.
It was kind of like it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if you ever did this, but I would sometimes watch like different food channels that, or like I wouldn't call them mukbangs, but there was this one channel that I'd watch where he would like go and try new menu items at like McDonald's or like different restaurants. And it was kind of like I'm gonna watch them eat so then I don't have to.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of was, even though I know it's like Morgan Spurlock throwing up on camera because he's eating so much McDonald's. So I don't know why I watched that. I just watched it late at night again. Barbarian, which we will talk about. I saw Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar.
Oh, really? How was that?
It wasn't it's not my cup of tea. I didn't really laugh all that much, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. Danielle fell asleep. It didn't really seem like her jam either.
Yeah.
We watched it kind of late, but yeah, so that wasn't Black Panther, the first one, we watched that. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And then Keeper of the Ashes, the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders, which is a sad story. It's on Hulu. It's like a four-part documentary with Christian Chenoweth kind of narrating it sometimes. That was a good watch. Sad. And then I finished Atlanta because Atlanta's over.
Oh.
So that was a nice season 4 ending. And the show's over. Hopefully, you know, Donald Glover comes out with something else at some point. I hope. I keep saying he and Jordan Peele should do something together because I think that'd be a great horror duo, but we'll see if that happens. But yeah, do you want to talk about Barbarian?
Sure. So we are, if you're just joining us, we are going to be talking about the 2022 cult classic horror film, Barbarian.
Oh, classic already.
I guess so. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what came out. So here we are. What did you think of Barbarian?
Barbarian, I thought it was a really good movie up until the last 25 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was very interested in what was going on. They set up a lot of different stuff from the beginning. I love Justin Long kind of showing up out of nowhere. I saw a lot of TikToks on Barbarian saying, when this guy shows up in the movie, something bad's going to happen. So I really enjoyed it. The last 25 minutes was just, I felt like them just throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and it kind of not really working.
Can you clue me in what are you saying is the last 25 minutes? Like what starts that?
Oh, man, I'd probably say,
I'm just trying to picture it because it's been like a week since I've seen it.
Yeah, let me just look at the just because I can't remember what the character
Well,
is.
when you're doing that, I will just say real quick, and just so you guys know, we will go into some spoilers for this film. It's on HBO Max. If you think it's a type of movie that you would watch, mute us for like 2 or 3 minutes. If you don't care, it's a really crazy movie, so I would listen to the spoiler section. But yeah,
I'd probably say when Tess and AJ are in the kind of hole together, and then that on, I'd say it kind of lost me.
Gotcha.
I was pretty scared the entire time. I thought, you know, Bill Skarsgård did a great job. Georgina Campbell did a great job. And I liked what they were setting up with Frank, which was kind of like, where is this going, you know?
Yeah.
But it all kind of just fell apart. I felt like it got kind of goofy too. I just felt like just real quick example, when they're like sitting outside with the homeless guy, and the homeless guy goes, yeah, she never comes over here. And then of course she immediately like, I'm like, okay, like it's not, this is like, you know, I just didn't, and yeah, I don't know. It just,
how many stars did you give it?
I gave it 3.5. 3.5. It was going good, and then it just, those last minutes, just like it fell hard for me.
So I watched. Oh, gee, what was that? Oh wow! So that was like a week ago. I watched Barbarian about a week ago. I absolutely loved that movie. I want to watch it again. I really have just been watching other things. Is kind of the only reason that I haven't. One of my friends just rewatched it. I think he's seen it 3 times now. He saw it twice in the theater and then once the other day. I just think that this movie is just like, I won't say like, oh my god, it's incredible. It's just a really great movie. And I think that goes to show too that you know had some issues with the end of it, but still consider it very good or good movie. I just think that a lot in this movie can work for a lot of different people if you like horror or are willing to watch something in that world. But I gotta say, I really, really loved all of it. The last 25 minutes for me, I felt like that's where the movie picked up. I feel like that's where, and I don't mean that to degrade the previous like chunk of the movie. I loved all of that. Kind of the, I guess, light spoilers, because we're about to get into spoilers for Barbarian anyways, which throw that up there. I just thought that like the Bill Skarsgård kind of segment or scenes of it was fantastic. It was almost like, you know how people will say like when a movie is like overstuffed or something, they'll be like, oh, it feels like 2 movies shoved into one or something like that. This was like 3 movies shoved into one on purpose and like done perfectly, because there really almost is like 3-act structures almost like in the different parts of the movie.
Right.
And I think that just when you get to the end of the movie, which, you know, the beginning of the 3rd act, whatever you want to call it, when they're in the pit, and then I guess we'll just get into spoilers for Barbarian. What do we want to call her when she shows up and starts to like torment them and stuff? I was just like, the movie just like started becoming like electric. Like it was just, I just had no idea what to possibly expect coming next. And in terms of like the homeless guy scene, like, yeah, that was definitely like over the top, but I just liked that it was over the top. But I just liked some of the campier elements to this movie.
Even like, I don't know if you want to get into spoiler, or I'll finish the thought. We can get it. Okay. But even just like Justin Long, and I know he was kind of like I feel like he maybe is just unredeemable at that point, just because, you know, that accusation of him raping this woman and, you know, all that stuff that came with that character. His like kind of like, you know, I forget where I think they're sitting with that homeless guy, and they're like, oh, he's like, oh man, you know, like maybe like if I treated something, like if I did something wrong, like maybe I should be, basically he's like, oh, maybe I should be a good person or something like that. Yeah. And they immediately, like when he gets up to that tower, and I know it's kind of like, well, obviously, you know, he's probably an irredeemable character. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna throw you off the roof of this thing, and she'll just chase you. Like, what are we doing? Like I absolutely love that decision. No, and I totally get that. That's fair. And honestly, I was kind of like, how is she alive? She should be dead. That's 100%. Pretty. Like, come on.
100%. I was shocked that she was still alive, but at the same time, when they showed that she was still alive, I was like, I'm in. I was like, whatever. Like, because it was just like, you could end the movie and she's dead, or you could do like a Ready or Not type thing where you just end the movie on just this like badass note, just to end it on a badass note, just to be like, you know, good wins, or, you know, evil dies tonight, I guess. But no, but yeah, all those decisions with Justin Long, like you said, he's set up as the irredeemable character, so then you figure, well, what's the movie gonna do? Redeem him. You just see him like try to redeem himself. I say that very loosely. Like, he just like will say or think to do a good thing, but then he'll just do whatever the self-serving, you know, self-preservation thing is to do. And I really just loved and yes, of course it was super goofy and expected, but when he just pushed her off the roof and was just like, oh, sorry, you're who she wants, so sorry about that. And then what ends up happening with him anyways, which I won't even say because it's just the end of the movie, so I'll leave that for you at least. But yeah, I thought Barbarian was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max. I think it's like an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 35 minutes, something.
I think that's about what it is,
But it goes by pretty quick. And like I said, so many great performances and everything throughout the entire movie. But yeah, check that out. Check out Barbarian. All right. I'll go into my last thing here, and then we'll go from there. Oh, not Andor. The Andor logo is trying to sneak up on us. How are you? I know. Also, by the way, if you guys want to know our thoughts on Andor, we just got caught up with the series, reviewing episode 10, One Way Out. Now, TJ, just in general, where are you at with Andor right now? How do you feel?
Fantastic show. I think second best live action Star Wars show they've done so far, and I'd say it's quickly approaching Mandalorian. I don't think there's that big of a gap between the two shows.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see if I got this lined up. There we go.
Sabres game.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit about season 5 of The Crown, which is on Netflix. I'm not really, I guess, going to get into spoilers. I mean, it's, you know what happens if you have ever watched the news, but I just to jump in quickly, episode or season 1 and 2, I absolutely love Claire Foy, love the cast, everything with that. Vanessa Kirby, Matt Smith, everybody involved. Second generation comes along, Tobias Menzies, Olivia Colman now playing Queen Elizabeth, and then Josh O'Connor playing Prince Charles, now kind of joining the fold of the storyline, and Emma Corrin coming in as Princess Diana. Now, here we are, the season 5, so we're now on the third generation of cast for this show. So you have Jonathan Pryce playing Prince Philip, you have now Imelda Staunton, who played Professor Umbridge, playing the Queen, and you have Elizabeth Debicki playing Princess Diana, who looks just like her, but she's like about a foot too tall, but still looks fantastic, looks just like her. And then I would say the most contested, or the most irksome of what we're going to talk about for some people, Dominic West was cast as Prince Charles. So Dominic West, a lot of people have just been like upset in general, or just saying that they just don't like the vibe of this new cast, that kind of the show has, I don't know if lost its luster or whatever, but just to keep things brief on that part, I didn't feel that way. I actually really, really bought into the cast, really loved them in this. But I will say, I do think that season 5 is probably the worst season of The Crown that there has been so far, but nothing to do with casting, in my opinion. I just think there is just something off with the writing. It almost feels like, because you figure, okay, we're now firmly in the 90s, it's everything about Diana, it's the Queen's, worst year, it's, all this stuff, all these famous things that, we didn't grow up in, but, the people right before us, or our, my older siblings and stuff, all grew up with. So this is very fresh in the mind stuff, especially with, Charles and Diana's divorce, etc. I think this show was like, okay, we're, season 1, what are we going to do for season 1? All right, we'll do these interesting things and everything, but I can't wait till we get to the Diana stuff. It's going to be great. And then now that they got there, I feel like they were maybe just overwhelmed, because it's like, this should be the stuff that's the easiest to write, because it's almost the most dramatic stuff just on its own. Right, and I feel like maybe that's where the show falls down, because not that the Queen's life is not interesting. This show proves that it does, or proves that it is. But in earlier seasons, you're taking these smaller moments, smaller things that the Queen went through, and blowing them up to this intriguing, interesting level. And I think that, I just feel like now that they're kind of at the juicy part of the meal, they're just like, it's just like paint by numbers. Whereas like in earlier seasons, really small stuff like Charles Dance as the Queen's uncle, Lord Mountbatten, like all the kind of side stories with him, and how Charles kind of felt like he was a pseudo father figure and all that. I was like, oh my God, like that is like the most amazing, it's like the palace intrigue that people like this show for. Now I feel like that we are getting closer to our current history. I just wonder if maybe it's lost something in that. Or maybe it just simply was the post-COVID kind of shake-up. Everything's weird with the show now.
Right.
But I will say...
It's almost like all previous seasons were like the big tests, and now we're here, and it's almost like... It's just like we know all the answers now. So it's almost just like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 that, boom.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like I said, it's just those first 4 seasons are small moments, blown up big, and I feel like this season was like the 10 biggest moments in the past 50 years of the monarchy in 10 episodes. And it just felt super, just like you said, paint by numbers. Like, you just know you're just ticking boxes. That's kind of what it felt like to me. But that being said, if you do love The Crown, you're still going to love this season. I still loved this season. I would, not that we normally rate seasons of television, but if I had to rate it, I would say it's probably a 3.5, maybe on the worst episode, a 3. Like, it's not like the show has fallen off this giant cliff. I still think they can very well bring it home with season 6. But yeah, probably a 3.5 out of 5 for me for The Crown season 5. Not the best season so far, probably the worst season so far, but not by a huge gap. But yeah, that's my thoughts on The Crown season 5. Season 6 will be the last one. So it'll probably, people have speculated, they've said it's going to go to the early 2000s. So people have speculated that it's either going to be, I saw some people say that they think it might be when 9/11 happens, but I think it's probably more likely. I think it's going to go to 2002, which is when the Queen's mother died and when her sister died, who have been 2 huge characters in the show so far. So I think probably it'll go up to that. That's just my guess of like storyline wise.
I'd love to hop back on board. It's just I don't know, that we got season 3 and I was just kind of, I don't know, worn out, I feel like.
Yeah. If you can muster up the strength to go back to it, you definitely should, because if Olivia Colman's era starts out slow, which it very well could, I just can't remember that well of what it exactly started with. But I know it is a lot of horses and stuff with her era. But if you can get into it, it is fantastic. I mean, she is just incredible. There's a reason she's nominated for so many Emmys. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on The Crown Season 5. Let us know in the comments below, what did you think of The Crown Season 5? Have you watched it? Are you going to watch it? Or are you waiting maybe for the whole show to end next year or the year after? I think it's going to be. And then you're going to binge it all. Let us know that and more down below in the comments. Thank you for joining us for that review. All right, so let's roll on over here to box office. And what am I just went to Box Office Mojo out of like nature, but then I remember that website is terrible now.
RIP. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so right here we are looking at the top 5 box office. We got number 1, Wakanda Forever, of course, $181 million domestically. We're going to talk more about that movie in a second. Black Adam coming in at number 2 with another $8 million. Ticket to Paradise still holding very strong, only a 31% drop. With another 5.9 million. So I mean, that movie is, it's at 56 million already, and that's just domestically. That movie's gonna make, probably close to like $60 million with the budget it had. But Lyle Lyle Crocodile coming in at number 4, only dropping 5%, which is like an incredible hold for a family movie. And then Smile, which Paramount, we've talked for months now about how Paramount was basically knocking on death's door. Here, let me get the freaking Crown logo out of there. There we go. How Paramount was basically like knocking on death's door prior to the pandemic, and they have been one of the few that just by luck and honestly great product have just really pivoted around. And Smile is no exception. Smile is coming in at number 5 this week with another $2.3 million, putting its domestic total at 102, almost $103 million, and it's only at number 5. I mean, that movie is still making money.
Smile now on Paramount, by the way.
And that's what I was going to say, too, next, is we're now seeing that this movie is still making, for a horror movie to be in its Wow. Okay, yeah. For a horror movie to be in its 7th week of release, 7 weeks in a row in the top 5 for a horror movie, we're now 3 weeks or 2 weeks past Halloween, and there was no Halloween drop off for this movie, and it's now on streaming, and you're still seeing it making these numbers. I think for me, honestly, as great as Black Panther was this week, I think that the MVP of this top 5 for me is probably Smile, because I mean it is just like defying everything, and again, it's Paramount. So if you haven't seen Smile yet, I still have not. Yeah. I'm probably gonna watch it very soon. It is now on Paramount Plus. But let's talk about these top 2 dogs in this fight here. We got DC and Marvel going up against each other. Which do you want to kind of tackle first here, the happy story or the not so happy story?
I think probably not the not so happy story.
All right, let's dig into the not so happy story. So this is a movie that I think I could safely say we both enjoyed. I think I liked it a little bit more than you did. I really like this movie, and that is Black Adam. DC's kind of big wannabe tentpole, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean literally they need it to be their tentpole, and it looks like it's not so stable as they think. The hierarchy did not shift that much, because Black Adam currently in its 4th weekend is at $351 million worldwide. That's $151 million domestic, and then just over $200 million international. Now, what that really is bad stacking up to is 2 things. One is that this movie was a huge movie, massive. The report came out earlier with all the trouble at Warner Brothers that they only have money to release 2 films for the rest of 2022. We found that out, right. I think in the middle or towards the end of summer. And this was one of the movies. So not only was the budget massive on this, but also a lot of DC and then by extension even Warner Brothers balance sheet, budget, things like that were hanging on this movie and Don't Worry Darling. Real quick on Don't Worry Darling, not a big hit, not the hit that Warner Brothers needed or expected. Definitely a disappointment there. And Black Adam is in a really bad boat because the production budget on this movie is estimated to be about $220 million. You then factor in the multiple marketing campaigns this movie had, and basically having to make a certain amount of profit, not just, making its money back, but profit to lead to things like a Justice Society, going forward, a Black Adam 2 right away. Because if this movie is sitting at, $600 or $850 million, this is, the Pierce Brosnan's coming back to lead the JSA movie, and there's going to be a Black Adam 2 in 2 years. It's a very different conversation. So not only is it looking like it's going to make a profit, let alone make all the money back, it's even worse when you take into consideration that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is at $342 million, only $9 million less in its 4th day of release. Now, say what you will, Marvel is the monster at the box office, so there is that to take into consideration. There is the pre-existing franchise to take into consideration, both MCU and Black Panther itself. But you see these kind of numbers, this kind of difference. Where's your head at with all of this, and how do you think this is going to affect The Rock and Black Adam and the kind of that area of the DC universe going forward?
I think this. When I saw how much that was in 4th week, that was a little upsetting to me. And again, you definitely liked the movie more than I did. I didn't hate the movie. I think it was amazing. But I definitely thought it would probably do a little bit more than that, considering your lead star is The Rock, and I feel like The Rock is one of the most bankable people in Hollywood right now. But yeah, I think a big thing I feel like maybe would be the whole kind of universe aspect of it. MCU is consistently putting out good projects, and DC is very kind of hit and miss. And I know very shortly after they put Black Adam out, they started marketing that spoiler for Black Adam that Henry Cavill was in the movie. So I don't know how many people decided to go see the movie after they saw that. They'd probably be a little bit disappointed to see that he was only in the post-credit scene, but he was in the movie. So I'm not shocked that Black Panther is doing this well. Black Panther is a very anticipated movie, whether even before Chadwick passed. Everybody was really looking forward to it, and I think a lot of people also wanted to see it just to honor Chadwick as well. So I wouldn't be, I'm not shocked at what that number is, and I wouldn't be shocked too if it hit $1 billion at some point, honestly.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I mean, you're looking at basically aside $9 million, which both of these movies are going to make in more than one, in basically half a day, they'll make $9 million. Basically the same number in 10% of the time. Like you said, I do think that Black Panther has the potential to hit $1 billion. I think it probably won't, although it's got a lot of legs. But then again, people are looking at their wallets and they're saying Avatar's coming up, or things like that. So it is a packed landscape. It's not like when the first one came out in February and then they just had 3 months to basically dominate the market. And that's one of the benefits of it, is that people just kept going back again and again to see that first one. I don't know if we're going to see quite that much devotion to this film. But that being said, I do think that this is going to land in that $900 million. I think it'll probably make more than Thor. I don't know at this point if it is going to outgross Doctor Strange, just because Doctor Strange also had a lot of time after it to make up that money. There wasn't a behemoth of a movie coming out literally less than a month later. But yeah, I think it's interesting for Black Panther, and I think it is worrying is a way of putting it nicely for Black Adam. Yeah. But and just a little bit on the Black Panther box office. It is the biggest November opening ever, the second best opening of 2022. Top 15 best openings ever. It's number 13. Fourth best opening for a solo MCU hero title. And $330 million worldwide opening. That's just insane. And then another thing on Black Adam is that right now it's basically keeping in lockstep with something like Eternals, basically. So yeah, take that for what it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into some of these quick news stories, and then we'll get on over to our main thing. First thing we want us to start with is two things, which is that the legendary daytime television actor John Aniston, who's on Days of Our Lives, which was a show that I was forced and then willingly watched a lot when I was growing up, passed away. He's also father of Jennifer Aniston, so R.I.P. him. And then, very sadly, this past week, just a few days ago, we found out that Kevin Conroy, obviously voice of Batman from Batman the Animated Series, about a dozen video games, including the Arkham trilogy, and many, many other things as Batman, as well as being live-action Batman in the Crisis on Infinite Earths show, sadly passed away after a battle with cancer. He was only 66 years old. So what was kind of your thoughts or when this news broke earlier this week? Because I just couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, no, I was shocked. I think this was a surprise as well. I don't think anybody really knew this was going on. So yeah, it was really sad. I played through all the Arkham games, loved his voice, thought, as soon as whenever I heard Batman, I usually thought of him, his voice, and felt like his voice was like the default Batman voice.
I agree.
As well with all, all the movies, the animated series, and, Batman Beyond I finished. I'm still working through the animated series, but that definitely gave me like more of a motivation to watch the rest of that. just to hear him play that character.
And Mask of the Phantasm, obviously, too.
Right, Mask of the Phantasm, yeah. But yeah, really, really sad.
Yeah, I agree. Everything you just said. I was able to meet him at a Comic-Con a few years ago. Super, super awesome guy, both in the photo op and at his panel. He was just like super down to earth. And he recently too, he revealed that he was gay. He was part of the LGBT community. He released he released a book. It's one of those things that now he released basically a memoir autobiography like 2 months ago, and now it's one of those things where you're like, oh, well, that's probably why.
Yeah.
He revealed that it was hard, and he had to like keep that secret and everything, which was like crazy. That was kind of I don't know exactly if that was like never known anywhere or if it was just something that he didn't really broadcast, but I remember there was this big article that came out about him and everything too. But very, very sad news, but fantastic, absolutely fantastic Batman, fantastic everything. He will absolutely be missed. I mean, it's just it's just one of those things too that I'm just like, yeah, he will be missed. And I'm just like, we are never ever gonna get a new Kevin Conroy Batman project ever. Like, Jesus Christ, that really sucks. But and second Batman to pass away, Adam West, and then theatrical Batman, I should say. But very sad. Transitioning over, if we can, back to a little bit lighter positive news, which I did put a TikTok out. I didn't do a poll or anything, but this news broke, I think about a week ago, that Sean Levy is in talks to direct a new Star Wars film. What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about this? Free Guy, Adam Project, producer of Arrival, producer of Stranger Things and more, and future director of Deadpool 3.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty excited to see this news. Big fan of Free Guy, big fan of, I wouldn't say big fan of the Adam Project, fan of Arrival. So I'm interested to see what he does with this. I imagine it's going to be, we're going to have to wait a while for this one. But I'm interested to see what he does with it. I just hope it's not like, I hope it is not the, how do I put this? I hope the quality of his movie or any of the future Star Wars movies rises to the quality of these TV shows that they've been kind of showcasing lately. Not so much with Boba Fett or maybe even Obi-Wan, but more Mando and Andor. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens. Again, it's probably years away from right now, but I am excited to see what he can do.
Now, flip side of that, we're excited, but something I did bring up in my TikTok, do you think this is actually going to happen?
I don't really know. I mean, I feel like I think there was that story a few weeks ago that, Bob Chapek told Kathleen Kennedy to stop announcing things because Star Wars has a habit of, saying things are going to happen and then they don't happen.
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't think that this was never announced or officially announced. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's important to remember that stuff too.
But we'll see. We're still waiting on the Taika movie. We're still waiting on Kevin Feige's produced movie. Lindelof, yeah. So we'll see.
A lot going on. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to call an audible here because I forgot to put this in the save stories here. What are your thoughts on this potential Indiana Jones series? So we don't really have a lot of details on it, but other than basically high budget, think Andor, Indiana Jones kind of spin-off show that they want to do at Disney Plus. I believe right now all we really know about it is that there's a report saying right now it's being developed as a show about Madeline's father, or Marion's father, Ravenwood. So Indiana Jones' kind of mentor that is who the show is reportedly going to be on, and it is going to be a more kind of mature show, not TVMA or anything like that, but think like Andor, basically a grittier kind of show. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is interesting? Would you prefer this like kind of prequel thing with this character we know about but have never really met, or would you like somebody like Shia LaBeouf or Phoebe Waller-Bridge to take over?
No, I think this would be really cool. I would prefer it not be. See, I don't want to say like I would prefer them not do like a young. I know they've done like a young indie show like years ago. That I don't know if
River
it lasted
Phoenix
that long. Oh, is that? Oh no, because he played the kid in
Last Crusade.
Which one was that? Last Crusade.
Yeah.
So I do hope that my worry was that they were going to try to do some young Indiana Jones adventure type thing.
Yeah, like a new one.
Series. Yeah, like which I hope. Obviously, it doesn't seem like they're going to do that, but I think this would be really cool. We know where Indiana Jones like kind of took his style from. Obviously, we see that in Last Crusade.
Yeah.
But to see his like where he got all this knowledge from, and his previous adventures before those 4 movies.
Yeah, that is a great point.
I think it'd be really cool.
Open to Last Crusade with the flashback, like you said, we know where he got the style from, but where did he get his morals and everything? Because it wasn't from his dad. We know that much from the movie.
Yeah.
His dad wasn't really showing him much love. So where did he get kind of his morals, his interest, his lessons and stuff like
where
that?
He got his name.
Exactly. We named the dog Indiana. Junior.
Rest in peace.
No ticket. Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. Sean Connery. What a fantastic movie. I'm just as good as the next man. I was the next man. All right. Anyways, I'm excited. I mean, in Indiana Jones show especially, and we're not saying it needs to be because things can change, but especially if it is kind of in an Andor style or even Mandalorian style, where it's just that kind of lived-in universe, it'd be fantastic. I would really, not that I wouldn't watch it, but just if we get an Indiana Jones show or something in that universe, and it's more of like a Book of Boba Fett, I don't know if I could handle that much disappointment, because I think it's safe to say for me and for a lot of people, I think we're a little more attached to Indiana Jones as a character than Boba Fett as a character. So,
agree.
I just hope it all goes well. And I hope it gets made, because I'll be interested to see it. But yeah. Next up, so it looks like we have the title for the next MonsterVerse film coming off of Godzilla vs. Kong, which I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be the last one, but made money. People seem to enjoy it. It did great on HBO Max, so we are getting very soon. Actually, the current release date is May 2024. Godzilla, get ready for it. Not versus Kong, Godzilla and Kong. How do you feel about this? Are you pumped? Are you happy that the MonsterVerse lives outside of just Apple TV Plus? And do you want to see Millie Bobby Brown come back as Godzilla's best friend?
What are you talking about, Apple TV Plus?
Remember that show with the Russells, with Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell, about Monarch? They're doing a Monarch show at HBO or at Apple TV Plus.
No, I did not know about that. I don't remember that.
Oh, well, they are.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
But
you mean Mothra?
Well, Monarch, like the organization. Like the organization in the like the whole monster thingy.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
I was very confused. They're doing it at Apple? That's weird. No, this sounds like a team up movie, which I think we all kind of suspected after Godzilla vs. Kong. I'd say Godzilla. I liked Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla I liked. Godzilla or Kong. I'd say they're doing pretty well so far. So I would expect another kind of all out little brawl between maybe Kong Godzilla. They start fighting in the beginning, and then they team up, and then they fight some same foe or whatever.
I just remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown.
She'll
I think you bring her back, bring Kyle Chandler back, probably anybody that's still alive. Speaking of people who are still alive,
Charles Dance. We need something.
That is exactly what I was just gonna say. I was gonna say, speaking of people who are still alive, you got to bring Charles Dance back. It's been 2 movies. The game is on. He said, let's begin, because he has King Ghidorah's head, and he goes, let's begin. So he is out there, man. He is ready. I need Charles Dance in Godzilla and Kong. Like, I literally, or honestly, to be honest, if they're going to crank him out this fast, because we've had a MonsterVerse movie, I think one, right? Yeah, literally one every 2 years, I think. Like even quicker than that, because Skull Island was 17, then King of the Monsters
Godzilla vs. Kong was last year, 2021.
2021. Oh,
yeah.
All right, I take it back. That's 3 years. Well, what's it called? We've had so many of these, but I am just excited for more. But yeah, they got to bring Charles Dance back. I lost what I was going to say, but that's all that matters about it. If Charles Dance isn't in it, there's no point in making it. Or maybe he'll show up in the Apple TV show. And then Charles Dance will be the link. There you go. All right. Transitioning on over from the MonsterVerse to the MCU and the Spider-Verse, we have got a report that Thomas E. Holland has signed his brand new deal at Sony Pictures to reprise the character of Spider-Man in reportedly 7 upcoming projects, which is insane. I can't even begin to imagine what the dollar amount for this is. What do you think? What do you think they paid him for this?
I would say, what do I think they paid?
Yeah.
A lot. I'm not here to talk on a person's money,
yeah,
but I'm going to guess a lot. But if you're saying 7, I'm thinking, 3, a trilogy, and then we get 4 appearances in any projects, whether that be, Daredevil or, obviously Avengers. So are these little, like, assumptions that you're going through?
Oh yeah. So this is, sorry, I'm scrolling through. This is from Murphy's Multiverse, and, it's basic. Oh, speaking of, what do you think? Quick thoughts on the news. The Karen Gillan, Margot Robbie Pirates movie is apparently no longer in any sort of development at Disney. Tough loss.
Surprised. I'm not a Pirates person, so I don't really care.
Fair enough.
Much.
Fair enough. All right, so yeah, this is basically a what they think is possible that we could be looking at, and I have just looking at it here. I think I totally agree. So they're saying, and most of these dates are pretty accurate because 2024 would line up with how often we've been getting Spider-Man movies, especially given the fact that they did take a break from the franchise. So Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is a both symbolic title and something from the comic books. Basically, they're saying this would be a great opportunity to finally have a basically Spider-Man and Daredevil team up to take on the Kingpin, which I think would be fantastic. And we did just get the news last week, I believe, that it turns out Sony actually still owns half of the rights to use Kingpin. So technically, they could use Kingpin in anything they want, which is very interesting. Then they're speculating maybe he will show up in the Fantastic Four movie because, like you had said, we're looking at basically a trilogy, 3 more Avengers movies, and then basically 1 appearance in something, or 2 Avengers movies and then 2 appearances in something. So Fantastic Four, I think, is very possible. And then, of course, definitely going to be in Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars in 2025 and 2026. I think that goes without saying. Then Spider-Man, I see, and they even kept the theme alive. They called the first in the new trilogy Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now this one, they're saying Spider-Man One More Day, in 2026, which basically is going to be adapting the storyline One More Day with Mephisto from the comics. I think that's very possible. And then they're thinking that it might culminate in Spider-Man End of Days in 2028. And it will kill Peter Parker and set up Miles Morales for this MCU universe.
R.I.P.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about some of those choices? Tom being back in general. Do you think that there is even a chance that, this guy's gonna be going anywhere as Spider-Man, or do you think this is our Spider-Man for the rest of time?
Well, I know he did say that thing about, if he was playing Spider-Man in his I'm assuming he meant mid to late 30s, that there's a problem. So I think at some point, obviously he'll want to get out of it, and I think that's perfect too, just to lead into Miles Morales. You start maybe teasing that a little bit in the next few years heavily, and then you kind of move into it. I think I would say we're probably both getting that vibe as well, from obviously separate, but Marvel Spider-Man from Insomniac for the game. Where in this game, Spider-Man 2, the new one, we have both of them in the game. Presumably you're playing as either of them.
Here you go. Just thought of this. Right? Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, multiverse craziness. Do it just like they did it in exactly like they did it in the comic books. Miles is already Spider-Man. He's a brand new Spider-Man on another Earth, and then he gets transported to the MCU, and now he has to be mentored by Peter Parker. I think that's perfect.
I know this is like really, this is probably really out there, and obviously I would love this to stay separate, but you know what? You don't know what we're getting in the new animated one in
Spider-Verse. Yeah,
Spider-Verse. Yeah. Why did I say multiverse? Yeah, Spider-Verse. So that could be something that's on the table. I don't know. I don't really. I think that's kind of Sony's own thing, and I'm completely fine with that because the first one they knocked out of the park. Excited for this new one. But yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting. I think it's fantastic news overall. But let us know. Do you guys think that it'll be that kind of 4 main line MCU appearances and then a new trilogy of his own? But either way, so Tom Holland has already been in what? 7 MCU movies, I think. So that'd be another 7. So 14 movies he's played Spider-Man in by the end. That's insane.
A lot of projects.
Right. So, what'd you say?
It's a lot of projects.
Absolutely. Speaking of projects, to close out the show here today, we are going to be doing our own personal rankings of the what do you want to do? Do you want to do our own each and then maybe find a middle ground, or what do you want to do?
I was thinking, because you already have this one screen pulled up, so I was thinking maybe we could just do like maybe we kind of agree to disagree and do like our own little like this episode ranking, maybe, instead of doing our own.
All right, let's see.
Because that just might be easier the way I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Give me a second. I'm old and I need to get the technology to work. Okay. Window capture so that you guys can actually see what we are doing. You know what? Before we even get into this, we have something to do that I completely forgot about. Alright, there we go. So that is all set up. Wonderful. We got 2 trailers to react to. Alright, so TJ, can you let me know if you can hear this?
I can.
Okay, wonderful. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So, we are going to be doing 2 trailer reactions here for 2 trailers that have come out in the past week here. One, TJ has seen this trailer before, but I have not. I have stayed away from all of it. And that would be...
Real quick, I actually haven't. I was wrong.
Oh, you were wrong. Oh, it was the old one?
No. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful then. All right, let's dive into this. Hey, hold up. All right, guys, we are taking a look today at the brand new official trailer for John Wick Chapter 4. All right, let's just dive right into this thing. Super excited. I've heard great things about Donnie Yen and Bill Skarsgård in this. Speaking of Bill Skarsgård.
Saying goodbyes?
Saying hello.
You think your wife can hear you?
No.
Then why bother?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Damn.
You're going to
R.I.P.
die.
Maybe not.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.
Oh, interesting choice. I love the red.
New day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
We've
Oh.
known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Who is this?
The Marquis de Gramont. Challenge him to single combat.
Single
Win or lose, it's a way out.
I don't sit at the table.
Your family does.
Please pray for me.
Oh, your family.
Sit
I
at
was
the
the
table.
black sheep of the family.
Man has to look his best when it's time to get married. Or buried.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend. It's hard to die.
This looks so good.
Is this Raiders? Or Last Crusade?
If you win,
This literally looks
the
amazing.
table will honor its word. You'll have your freedom.
Under the old laws,
Ah.
only one can survive. Failure to meet at sunrise will result in execution.
Last words, Winston?
Just have fun out there.
Damn. Oh,
I want you to find your peace. But a good
this
death
is literally incredible.
only comes after a good life. You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend.
Oh. Thought I was watching the MCU for a second. All right.
man.
Holy.
Oof.
What do you think about that? I was not ready
I
for
thought
that.
looked awesome. I'm hoping, I'm excited to see how they do the action in the next one. Are they gonna top themselves like they did? I feel like every other single one. And for me personally, I think the movies have just gotten better.
Yeah.
I thought it goes like for my ranking 1 through 3 is 3, 2, 1. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to go back and watch 1 through 3 so I can get ready for this one.
Honestly, absolutely same. I am super excited for this. Like I said, I was not ready for that trailer. The vibe of the last trailer and then this one are very not the same. This is like way more emotional and like the song was just like hitting perfectly. The last one was more about kind of like the poppy like action of the franchise. So this trailer looks fantastic. I am so excited for this movie. I just wish that it could be March already, so that we could just see this thing. But like you said, I am going to be very excited to jump back in and watch all 3 again. Probably review some of them on the channel. I can't even remember at this point if we've already reviewed any of the John Wick movies,
Yeah,
but
I don't remember.
any ones that we haven't, I'm sure we'll be talking about between now and then. But let us know, what did you think of the trailer down below? Thank you guys so much for joining us for that trailer reaction. All right. And then the last trailer that we have to react to here today is huge news coming out of Universal and DreamWorks. And this is the brand new Puss in Boots: The Last Wish trailer. So if you are just joining us, we are going to be reacting to the brand new final trailer for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Now this trailer has been making news because it reportedly has some Shrek universe elements.
To Puss in Boots.
Oh,
Puss in Boots. You are down to your last life. You now to retire.
retired cats. Oh my god.
Brother cats, sister kitty. Meet your new roommate.
Well,
Oh, the
supposed to
song.
be a fearless hero, a legend.
This is a person party. That's your party.
So this is where dignity goes to die.
It's a different style.
Yeah, it looks like way more drawn.
Puss in Boots? Let's
Oh, look at him.
No hablo inglés.
¿Hablas español? Yo también. Ah, ¿de dónde eres? ¿Te gustan las fiestas?
I don't speak Spanish either.
You're funny. What's your story?
My story.
Oh, it's Donkey.
What are we looking at?
Cats have 9 lives. Watch.
Boss, I think you set the
Oh!
too high.
Now I
Gigi!
am my last life.
Oh no.
Legend tells of a wishing star.
If
of a
Shrek is in this
human
movie, I
race
swear to
waiting
God.
be granted. Kitties of boss, I need your help.
Is the great Puss in Boots asking for help?
Well, you see,
He looks great with a beard, to be honest.
My life back.
Okay, Possum Face. I won't make you beg. But first,
Oh, she's gonna shave it.
Slow down.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh,
What? What's funny? Nothing should be funny.
Quieto.
I really like this
Everyone
new
is
animation
looking for a
style.
wishing star.
I'm going to wish for everything to be just
Florence.
right.
One's jumping into the crowd and three's a party cafe on ledge. You will find your
that
reward
Mr.
does not
Worldwide?
come easily.
Puss in Boots?
Goldie.
Bears?
All right, let's get it over with.
Big bad wolf. Oh,
Let's get it!
whoa. This looks crazy.
I am nothing.
When you only have one life, that's what makes it special. Go get him, Tiger.
Take
Damn.
it easy.
That looks great.
This is gonna be fun. I am Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
The wishing star is in the dark forest.
Oh, that beard.
step through
It's
as
really
one.
working for him.
Ready?
1, 2, after you.
Wait, what?
Dog? Still alive?
Let's go find out.
What the hell?
Christmas.
Oh my gosh. I gotta be honest. That was an awesome trailer. That
Yeah, it was a good
animation
trailer.
style looks great.
Full disclosure, I've never seen the first two, so I don't know.
Oh, this is
any
only
of
the second one, so you don't have to
Oh, the
fret.
second
This is
one.
only the second
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there was 4 Shrek movies and a Puss in Boots movie within 11 years of each other, and then it has been 12 years since the first Puss in Boots movie.
Gotcha.
They're I don't know why they're doing this. The only reason I can think is that they are going to be bringing back Shrek. I don't know. But there was a lot.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing about the first Puss in Boots. There was almost no mention of Shrek. There was not he was not having visions and
No
memories of him riding donkey. And
Yeah.
Gingy was definitely not in that movie.
Not
So
in
that
it, yeah.
we actually have a Shrek character in this movie. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for that. A very short wait. All right, let's go ahead and let's just dive into the main topic, which is going to be us ranking the Marvel Cinematic Universe here. What do you think? I know we said we would just do one, but we're only at like an hour and 8 minutes. Do you want to just do one each and then go from there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So, as we said, based on the title of the video here, we are going to be ranking Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe here. So, basically, we are going to be going through deciding amongst ourselves, essentially, where we would put these. So, it'll both give us kind of this tier system with this website called Tier Maker, which we're thinking about doing some more of on the channel, just as an interesting way to rank things. So basically, it'll let us rank the order of things and put them into tiers of kind of what we thought about them. So, do you want to go first, sir, in ranking these?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go first.
All right. Do you want me to list them off, or do you want to just go for it, or go into your decision making process, all that stuff?
I'd rather list them off so that then I can.
All right. What do you think is going to be your number one?
Well, first I'll probably do. I'm just gonna go in order.
Yeah,
honestly.
just tell me wherever you want me to put
all right.
anything.
So WandaVision, I think we're gonna put at great. I know you're gonna say, how is it not amazing?
How is it not amazing?
Because of how much I love the show, but there's just some some things in there they don't always. They're not perfect, but
you just don't like rewatching that jump scare.
Right, exactly.
It scares you too much.
Yeah. Loki. I'll probably put that at great too as well. Great show. Haven't watched it since. I haven't rewatched any of these, which is interesting. But still, a really good story and a nice look at Loki as a character as well as Sylvie. Spider-Man: No Way Home, amazing. Not even
amazing.
No question there. That's easy, amazing. I think
literally
top tier MCU Phase 4, top tier MCU in my. Miss Marvel, I'd put it good. I thought Miss Marvel started off strong, but kind of faltered towards the last few episodes. I'd say didn't finish as strong as I would like it to have done, but you can't win them all. She-Hulk, I'll put at okay. She-Hulk just it just wasn't. It didn't have all its ducks in a row. I feel like it started to pick up. Last episode, maybe last 2 episodes in there were pretty solid, but I'd say it definitely varied from one episode to the next.
It had a real bad valley. It started off pretty not high, but pretty good, very good, I would say, and then boop, and then as soon as Charlie Cox showed up, it pulsed and then it died.
Eternals, I'd put at.
Ooh, this is an interesting one.
This is tough. Eternals, I'd probably put it at okay, honestly.
At okay?
All right. Yeah. Not my favorite, MCU movie. Interesting.
I mean, a lot of people would say bad. So I think,
wouldn't say it's bad. Interesting, characters and, expanding this universe to this cosmic, stuff and all that stuff. But not the best movie in my opinion. What if I'd probably put it okay too, just not my favorite thing. I was not really invested in any of the episodes, I'd say. There are some cool ones, like the zombie one was cool. The Ultron ones were cool, I'd say.
Yeah, like the kind of same like She-Hulk, the 2-part finale on What If you just watch that as its own thing, that's like fantastic. That if you just like, oh, I'm gonna watch the What If finale and just dedicate that 45 minutes, I think that's a really great kind of self-contained morsel. But like you said, I think a lot of some of the other episodes in the middle either not memorable or just don't stack up.
Right. Hawkeye, this is gonna be tough too.
Do you want me to add a tier above amazing?
No, Hawkeye's not above amazing. I can tell you that. Hawkeye, I'm gonna have to go with my gut because it has been a while since it came out. When did it come out?
Literally 1 year ago. Today? Question mark?
Yeah, damn, it's been a while. Okay. I'd probably have to go with okay. Just remembering it.
Okay.
I think again, some of those episodes were iffy.
There was a lot of LARPing and sitting in apartments and making suits. So
yes,
yes.
I mean, Kingpin obviously was fantastic. That him showing up again was awesome. But kind of like the Echo storyline was kind of for me it was just okay, an okay show. Black Widow, another movie. I'd put that at okay. I thought they did the Black Widow movie maybe a few years too late. Probably should have done it a little earlier. And just overall, not a great movie, not a great MCU.
So which one did you say? Sorry,
I said okay for Black Widow.
I would agree. Well, maybe I won't. I guess I'll talk about it when I get there.
Shang-Chi I would put at... Shang-Chi I'd probably put at great. I thought it was a great story, great movie, great fight scenes, lots of action.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Danielle,
at the end you
in the
could
chat,
have your issue.
Are you saying these are yours, or are you saying that TJ needs to change these because his opinions are wrong?
I'd say maybe maybe at the end some people have some problems with the whole dragon and everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great movie. Black Panther, great. Again,
all right.
As you can see in our review from a few days ago, not everything worked for me, but overall, great movie. Great tribute to Chadwick. Great themes of loss and
grief and everything.
Kind of grief and all that stuff. I thought that was a great movie. Great end to Phase 4. Doctor Strange.
Oh, multiverse of madness.
I really liked this movie. I really, really liked this.
I mean, this was basically your sequel to WandaVision.
Yeah, I don't know why it worked for me, but it did. And I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Sam Raimi person, but it just worked for me. It's not bad. I don't know why you put it at bad. I don't know if it's amazing though. Is it a Spider-Man level?
I think you gotta go with your gut. Just like
Hawkeye.
I
rated it. I gave it a 4.5 stars. So it's like it is on.
You gave Multiverse of Madness 4.5 stars. Holy shit!
I really like that movie. Oh man, I have to put it amazing. Just with my rank, I have to put it amazing. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, but that's just how I feel. I really, really enjoyed that.
If it makes you feel any better, you'll probably just get more shit for it when I post this on TikTok. So.
Oh yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'd say I put it at good. I put it good. Falcon and Winter Soldier at good. I think it's definitely better than She-Hulk. And I'd say it's better than Hawkeye, based on memory, because this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
I thought it did a lot of cool stuff with Bucky's story, as well as Sam's, as well as oh my gosh, who is the old Captain America? I forget his name.
Isaiah Bradley, but
Isaiah Bradley. I thought that all that stuff was really
Carl
cool.
Lumley.
I think we both agree where it lacks is the villain. That whole what is their name again? The Flag Smashers.
Oh, the Flag Smashers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of and even Power Broker kind of
yeah.
It's all right. So I'd say it's good. It has some really good moments. Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm gonna say not amazing, not great. I'm gonna have to say okay.
Wow.
Just again, these are like I'm really reaching back here. My memory sucks as it is.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Thor came out fairly recently, but it's still been a few months.
Thor came out
good movie. Even though it's not on the good tier. I think it was definitely a step down from Ragnarok if we're comparing them. And I think maybe dove into its goofiness a little too much at times. So I'd put it at okay. I don't think it's on the level of a Black Panther or a Shang-Chi or a Spider-Man or a Doctor Strange personally. Moon Knight, I'd probably put that at okay as well. Okay, yeah, Moon Knight just kind of, there's some episodes were pretty good, some were, not so great.
Yeah.
And I think they're still kind of working that out. I really did like, him kind of fighting, Ethan Hawke, and it's nice to see Ethan Hawke in the MCU. But I think there was a lot of episodes us talking about him where we were just like, what? There's some things that just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
We were just like, what? I remember I don't know specifically what we were talking about, but I remember us having some of those conversations.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Werewolf by Night is interesting because it's its own thing. We don't really know if it's connected in any way or some way somehow. I'd probably put that at I'd probably put that at great just because it's so different. It's in, it's in black and white. It's got this kind of old school horror, look to it, and it's just its own thing. And I really do like
performances too.
Yeah, and some great performances, and it's great what Marvel's doing with their kind of new special presentation format. But yeah, this is probably where I'm at right now.
Now, are you happy with the rankings inside of these? Not that you have to reorder all of them, but are there any that you're like, Moon Knight was way better than She-Hulk?
Oh, is that how we're doing it, like left to right?
No, I'm just saying, is there any?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess that could be an element of it. I'm just saying, is there any that you're like, well, Moon Knight shouldn't be last?
No. Like to me, I'm just reading it like, like
the tiers.
Oh well, but yeah, I'd say this looks good. I'm happy with this. I'm gonna get shit for that Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah,
people are gonna be like, Doctor Strange was not good.
All right, so we will save this. This is your personal one. Download. Perfect. All right.
Perfect.
Let's get
Refresh.
this thing. How do I? Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh, duh. There we
Reset. Yeah.
What is this presentation mode? Oh, what?
That's kinda cool.
Oh, what?
There you go.
Why was I doing this on a webpage the whole time? Holy crap. All right. This is awesome. We are definitely going to do this more often. Oh, crap. I forgot. I got to re-edit these every time. So was it amazing? Great.
Amazing, great. Good. Bad.
Oh.
Or no. Good. What is it?
Good. Okay. And then bad.
Okay.
That's what it was. Okay. And then bad. All right. Perfect. Okay. This is tricky. And I don't have yours pulled up anywhere because I don't want it to too badly influence mine. Where to start? I guess I'll go in a loose order too. So I'll start WandaVision. For me, I think. See, it's hard because I would have bet money that you put it in amazing.
Yeah, I'm rethinking.
I was like, so WandaVision to me was going to be an easy great. Because I was like, I'll just put it one below where TJ has it. But
we might have to flip that. I might have to go amazing. Because I really do love that show. For any of its flaws.
I think either way, I think I'm going to go great on it. Because it's not that I don't like it. I just always joke because the love you have for that show is just unrivaled by anything. All right, so I will go great for WandaVision. Just thoroughly enjoyed it. I think we're almost 2 years on from that series now, which is crazy. January 2021 was almost 2 years ago, but yeah, I'll put it in great because it still stays with me. That show still feels so fresh in my mind every time I think about it. Next up, I guess we'll go Falcon and Winter Soldier for me. I am definitely gonna go good. I definitely think it's a good show. I am not somebody that's like, oh, that show was boring or that show was a nothing burger. I enjoyed it. I think, like you said, I think some of the writing on the villain side of it was weak, if only just because they made, I think, the villains a little too compelling, and so then the show, when it kind of has to turn into a Marvel property, then they just start killing people. You're like, okay, well, but either way, I'll put it at good because I do enjoy that show. What is next? Let's go Loki, I guess. Loki, I am definitely going to put in... I'll put it in great. Amazing has got to be rarefied air. I love Loki. I might change that before I lock it in here, but right now I'll go great. I really, really enjoy that series. I haven't fully rewatched it, but I have gone back and rewatched episodes of Loki. I liked it that much. Oh no, I did fully rewatch Loki with my roommate, so never mind. Yeah, I have fully rewatched it and gone back for other episodes. So yeah, really, really like that one. Let's see. What if I'll go good. Just because for any of the ones that were forgettable, even the ones that I forget were still like good to me. Like I never ever think about that Hank Pym episode, but that was a pretty good episode. What if Hank Pym went crazy and killed all the Avengers? Sign me up. Michael Douglas going crazy, fighting a Loki Nick Fury at the end was like it was just such a crazy fight. And that's even one of the smaller episodes. So yeah, I'll go with good. Let's see. We should be at Black Widow, right? Black Widow. It's just okay.
Yeah.
If you've watched this channel for any amount of time, Florence Pugh really saves this from being bad for me. Not that I even think it was bad. I just think it's not good enough to be in good. So it's just okay. I think it's just as simple as that. I'm excited to see where a lot of these characters go, like Yelena, like oh my god, freaking David Harbour, Red Guardian. I'm excited to see, you know, kind of where they go from there. But the movie itself, I think, like you said, a little too little, too late. Unfortunately. Next, I'll go, I guess, Eternals. Eternals, I am gonna put in okay. Wasn't my cup of tea. Just wasn't. Let's see. Shang-Chi. Yeah. Shang-Chi, I will go great. I think Shang-Chi was fantastic. It was amazing. Almost everything worked for me. I only say almost because there's probably things I'm forgetting, but literally almost everything worked for me in that movie. I just enjoyed it. I've rewatched it a bunch. It still holds up, obviously. It's just great. Next, I guess we'll go Hawkeye. I really love Hawkeye, so I am putting Hawkeye in great. Wow. I loved Hawkeye. Yeah, absolutely loved it. You can go back and watch our reviews. Let's go Moon Knight next. See, if this was like, if we had only seen like the first 3 episodes of Moon Knight, I'd be like here. But then or if we were just basing it off of the performances, it would be up here. But we're basing it off of the 6 episodes that we watched. So I'm going to put it here in good. I think it was good. I think there's really something there. An amazing new entry into the MCU, but the show...
Either I'm too harsh or you're too... or you're not
no, exactly,
harsh enough.
Yeah. All right, so let's go... Gosh, after Moon Knight, what was it? Multiverse of Madness. Jeez. Oh, I forgot about No Way Home.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man No Way Home, amazing.
Amazing.
Absolutely incredible. Say what you will about some of the filmmaking and some of the final look of the movie, whatever. It was made during a pandemic. Like that's what I mean, and I guess to be fair, a lot of the Spider-Man movies have looked like that, but I'll take poor color correction over, you know, an awesome Spider-Man movie with Doctor Strange in it and 3 Spider-Men. I'll take some bad color correction and green screen for that. I love Attack of the Clones. So Spider-Man No Way Home is amazing. In my opinion. In both of our opinions. Let's go Miss Marvel next. I think that Miss Marvel was great. I'll put it there. I'll put it in front of Hawkeye. Yeah. Doctor Strange. I think it was... See, now I've like backed myself into a corner.
Yeah, Now, let's be honest, you know it's not on your No Way Home level, so that's obvious.
No. I'll go there. It was great.
Wow, okay. Still pretty good showing for Doctor Strange.
Because
even that, I think you get shit for.
Yeah, higher than I thought I would put it. I thought it was going to be here for like easy. But my problem is I now look back at the year and I think it's the best Marvel movie we've gotten this year.
Wow. I would disagree. Well, no, I wouldn't disagree.
I'll say theatrical movie.
I like Doctor Strange more than that.
I'll say theatrical release, I guess. Yeah. Speaking of theatrical release, let's go Thor: Love and Thunder next. Hate to do it. It's just okay.
Ooh.
Hate to do it. There's a lot in there that I like. There's a lot in there I think that both of us like. Oof, just a real swing and a miss. I think on a lot of levels. We'll leave it at that. She-Hulk for me, you know what? I am going to put She-Hulk at the front of my good section. I think and this is my She-Hulk soapbox, I think Tatiana Maslany is the best new entry in the MCU in this entire phase. Period. And I'm talking Kate Bishop, who I love. I'm talking Yelena Belova, who I love. I'm talking Moon Knight, who I love. Miss Marvel, fantastic. For me, nobody is touching Tatiana Maslany. She is just like electric anytime she's on the screen as Jen or as She-Hulk. I think the show around her failed her a lot. Like a lot.
I'd agree.
But I think the highest highs on She-Hulk is higher than anything below it on here. Higher than anything below it, for sure. Go back and watch episode 8. If you say that She-Hulk was a waste of time or everything in it was bad, go watch episode 1 and episode 8. Those are 2 amazing episodes of television. But yeah, like Danielle said, Tatiana is great. The show's writing sucks ass. I agree. Werewolf by Night, I'm gonna put that up here with like WandaVision and great. I really liked Werewolf by Night. I think for a lot of the same reasons you did. The throwback, it knew exactly what it was. It was a brisk like 55 minutes. Swamp Thing was incredible. I loved him. He might be my second favorite new entry. Not really, but he could get there because it's just amazing. Ted, I loved it. And then obviously, Gael Garcia Bernal himself as Jack coming in. I also really liked. I think that both of us liked. Surprise for me is Elsa Bloodstone. The actress's name is escaping me, but I thought their chemistry was fantastic. Really excited to kind of see where the two of them go from here on out in the MCU. And then the most recent entry, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I am going to go good. Well, come on. There. All right. I'm going to go good. I think that's where I'm at.
So we're in agreement. Nothing phase 4. I know people. By the way, didn't realize how many projects. Felt like phase 4 was just a couple of things. That's it. I think a lot of people, saying phase 4 really 16. Not good, bad. Obviously, we disagree. We think, obviously there's some okay things in there. Me thinking there's probably more okay than you, but still nothing, awful.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree 100%. I mean, just look at our rankings. I think we left it as honest and open and kind of spur of the moment as we could.
Right.
And I think it gives us kind of a real honest look at where we're at with it.
We got to go back and adjust mine real quick. I know we can't. Okay. We'd have to restart a whole thing.
That's okay. I can do it.
But for me, WandaVision is what was I thinking? Put it at
I don't know what you were thinking. All right.
You're saying Doctor Strange on the other hand. I don't know.
Oh, next up, rate all origin story films. So yeah, origin stories MCU origin story movies, just solo movies in general. Better. Do you want us to rank? Maybe we could rank the phases. Well, maybe we'll combo do like phase 1 and phase 2 together because they're so short. Then do one on phase 3. I think we could definitely do that. All right, sorry, I'm just trying to.
No, you're good.
Get your thing. Amazing. I want to get it right.
Great. I gotta rewatch Eternals.
Good. I don't think you do. Did you know that Bill Skarsgård was in that movie as the main villain? Bet you didn't remember that.
He was the villain?
He was the main villain in Eternals.
That's how they used Bill Skarsgård, is that guy?
Yep. He was Crow.
Oh.
Come on, don't you remember Crow? Huge.
No. Barely. I gotta rewatch Shang-Chi too.
Yeah, Shang-Chi is great. I like I said earlier, I recently rewatched that, like probably within the last month or two. Mm-hmm. That is a great movie.
And Doctor Strange. I've only seen it the one time. I gotta watch that.
You might end up hating it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that. I was like, oh, I could hate this movie if I watched it again. Man, wow, lots of okays for me. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, we good? Any other changes? I'm open to any changes you want.
Hold on. But yeah, that's good. Amazing's fine. I don't think anything's cracking that. Shang-Chi, good. Yep. I'm good.
You're good? All right.
Yep.
Boom. Locking it in. Now let's see. I don't even know if we need to combine these because I don't know how far off we are.
No, I agree.
Let's see. And now I'm saying there may very well be weeks where we do this and we definitely have to combine them because we might be on totally opposite ends of the spectrum. It's something that just came to me. I would absolutely love to do this with Nick Cage films. I think that would be fantastic. Or Star Wars films. Like
Star Wars. That would be interesting. Yep.
Wow. Let's just take a quick look here.
I was gonna say, let's just see what else they got. Yeah.
Star Wars movies and TV. All movies and TV shows. Let's see.
Movies. Is that an
look
option?
at that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's all the individual seasons of Clone Wars and everything. Let's see. How do I go back? There we go. Star Wars characters. Star Wars characters 50. Where am I at? There we go. Wow.
Oh my God.
All right. You know what? We're calling an audible here. We're going to speed run this.
Oh gosh.
We're going to speed run this.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now.
You want to just leave this like this?
Just leave them. So,
all right.
Laura
Ezra
Dern,
Bridger,
F.
number 1. Wait, hey. Laura, really? You really think so?
Yes.
Wow. This guy, part of the fandom menace. Where's Grogu? There he is.
Grogu S.
I heard somebody say that he was a little green rat earlier. Oh, speaking of, did you watch the Studio Ghibli short, Zen?
No, I didn't. I scrolled past it today.
I did. I watched it. It's only like 3 minutes.
It's good.
Just think the Dust Mite scene from Spirited Away, but instead of Ichiro, it's Grogu. On like kind of but also the animation style is kind of this cool, like almost 1D.
Right.
Like it's almost like it's just the whole thing's drawn on like a brown bag or something. It looks really cool. But I mean, it really wasn't much. It was like 2 or 3 minutes. Dooku S tier. Do we agree?
Yep, agreed.
Okay, absolutely. Django Fett.
I'd say
D maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe C.
I give him a C.
Yeah. He's just a simple man. Maz Kanata. D.
D.
Yeah. Sorry, Maz. Just lack of screen time more than anything.
Right.
Jabba.
F.
C. B. F. F. Are we going with F? All right.
Yeah.
Dewanawanga. All right. Oh wait, Dewanawanga. Oh, come on! Don't tell me here. Where is Bib Fortuna? What's going on here?
Yeah, they can only do so many characters.
What's going on here? All right. Savage Opress. D. F.
D. Yeah.
Okay.
D.
BB-8.
I'd say
round
A.
bastard.
I like BB-8.
Tarkin. B. He's a solid guy, but he's only in one movie. For some reason, my brain has decided to take screen time into consideration on this.
Snoke. D.
Where is he? D. Okay. Yoda.
S.
A? Oh, S. Fair enough. I agree. Hera Syndulla. A. Definitely.
A. Yep.
Ahsoka Tano.
S.
S tier. Anakin Skywalker.
S.
Jedi Knight. Not Master. Mace Windu. Piece of shit. C. D. No, I'll go D. Yeah? Or F?
D, yeah. I'll go D. D's
okay. Hondo Onaka. S tier. A tier? S tier? What do you think?
No. D.
D? For Hondo? He comes around in Rebels. He's a good guy.
No,
I think C is fair.
C is fair. Yeah,
all right, I think C is fair. All right, Chirrut Imwe.
A.
I am one with the list, and the list is with me. Darth Maul, the top half. Now you got to remember, even though it's Ray Park here, you got to take all of Clone Wars and Rebels into consideration.
Oh, jeez.
I would say A. Not S, but A. Maul is an MVP character, but not like amazing. Lando, B.
Lando, B, because he's kind of, you know, they got here before you did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron,
B.
I'd say A.
A?
A or B.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. I think B.
B's fine. Okay.
All right. Din Djarin.
A.
A. Yeah. I'll put him up here in A. Only because newness. I don't want recency bias to put him in S. Leia Organa.
S. Easy.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Lots of S's. S. Easy.
Emperor Palpatine.
S. Easy.
Grievous.
B.
I agree. Rose Tico.
Man. See, I don't want to. They did her dirty, so it's like, I'll say C.
Yeah, I agree. They did.
They just did her dirty anyway.
Yeah.
Just with the movie.
All right. R2D2.
R2D2 S. Easy.
Yeah, absolute MVP. C3PO F.
C3PO. No, not F.
B. A. I'll put A.
A. Yeah.
I just out of principle I can't put him in S.
Yeah.
Cad Bane. A.
A. Yeah.
Thrawn.
Thrawn, I'd say
A.
A. Yeah.
If we're saying book Thrawn, that's an easy S. But just Rebels so far, we'll put it at A. We'll see if the Mandoverse changes it. Han Solo, where is he?
S.
Where is he?
Right there.
All right. Adam Driver, the actor.
Kylo Ren, I'd put at A. He's not an S. He's not.
All right. Rey Skywalker.
Rey.
I'd say A.
Yeah, A. Yeah.
Asajj Ventress. B.
Yep.
Chewbacca.
S.
For sure. Gotta put them next to each other. God damn it. There we go. Padme Amidala.
A.
Oh. Don't tell me. Who else is not on here? Where is Bail? God, this whole list is invalid. Qui-Gon Jinn. It's got to be an S tier.
Yeah.
Luke
S.
Skywalker.
Easy.
Absolutely. Boba Fett. I am Boba Fett.
You know, a lot of people probably before the show would have put him at S, but now they'll probably put him at like B or C.
Yeah. Where do you think?
I'd put him at, personally, I'd probably put him at B.
Yeah. B. Like a bantha.
Yeah.
Krennic, I would say A. I would say S, but that's like recency bias and just screen time.
Yeah.
What do you think? B?
I'd put B
Tarkin?
or A.
Around
B.
Tarkin, maybe.
B, yeah.
Finn, FN2187.
I'd say A.
All right. Cassian Andor.
S. All right,
yeah,
he's already
I'd say
an
S for sure. Yeah, guys, homie's been through a lot. Homie gave us everything on his first go out, and now he's still giving. He's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm leaving us with a lot of S's at the end here.
You guys are losing it. Thank you, Danielle. Yeah.
Han is an S, but C-3PO is an A. Yes, absolutely. C-3PO should not be. Hux, I'm the spy. Oh, Donald. They did. See, the thing is, they did Donald dirty just like they did Kelly Marie Tran, but the difference is Donald got 3 movies and a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Man, I'm leaving a lot of S's down here. Jyn Erso.
Man, probably A. A or B.
K2SO.
I barely remember K2SO, so I'll say B.
Yeah, I'll put him at B. So should I just move all of these to S or Sabine?
Sabine, I'd say is A.
A. Okay. The rest?
Those are S's.
Literally all of them. Rex is an S. Vader S. Ezra S. And then Kanan S. Obviously.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. We even carved out a little place for our for us to be on the screen. We're not even didn't block anything. That's beautiful. Look at that. Called an audible. That is 50 Star Wars characters ranked. I don't know why Savaggio Press is on here and Bail Organa is not, but that's a conversation for another day. But let us know, guys, what is some other things that you want us to rank or go over with you guys? Let us know in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought of our rankings here today. Do you think that we are absolutely insane for either our Star Wars or our Phase 4 rankings? Shelly says, I agree with most, but not all. Daniel says, where's Jar Jar? That is fair enough.
Jar Jar.
Yeah, Jar Jar's not on here. Yeah, I would have made this, like, if this was, like, 55 Star Wars characters, I think it'd be, like, perfect.
No Plo Koon.
Yeah, no Plo. Is that 100? Kiadi Mundi? Come on, man.
No Yaddle or Yaddle.
Yeah, now we got to get... Oh, we need, like, a Tales of the Jedi version. Or a Star Wars animation version. But let us know. Do you guys want to see us do this more? I know it's really fun for us to do. It's interactive, and you guys get to kind of see us making it. But let us know that and more down below. That'll do it for me. I've been one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
I've been your other host, TJ Cornwall. Thank you for tuning in. Please follow us on all our social media channels, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, obviously, and TikTok. And we haven't really plugged it before, but check out the podcast feed. We're uploading. Basically, I'll upload the single video we upload. So recently we had Black Adam as well as Black Panther, so those are up there on there now. And then obviously all these episodes get uploaded on there as well. So follow us there. You can listen via audio if you'd like, or obviously you can listen on YouTube as well. And yeah, that's it for me. We will see you next time.
Boom.